今年中国人民抗日战争暨世界反法西斯战争胜利80周年之际，联合国秘书长古特雷斯在接受总台记者专访时表示，中国对于二战胜利的贡献极其重要。
Talking about World War II anniversary, we're marking the 80th anniversary of the Chinese people's resistance against Japanese aggression and also the World Anti-Fascist War. But as you know, Secretary General, in the Western literature, the focus is largely on, of course, the European theater, the Pacific War, monumental moments to honor. But also true that in the main Eastern battlefield, the Chinese people made tremendous sacrifices, starting as early as 1931. We've endured the 14-year-long arduous struggle against fascism and imperialism, culminating in a suffering of over 35 million lives lost. So in your perspective, what would be a most fitting and proper historical perspective on World War II, on China's contribution to the Allied victory and to the eventual peace?
There is this idea that the World War started in 1939 and then in 1945. But the truth is that the beginning of the Second World War was triggered by Japan against China, the famous incident that is well known. So to say that World War was 39 to 45 is indeed a unilateral vision, and we need to have a universal vision. And it's true that the resistance of China against Japan was for many years decisive factor of resistance against Japan. And it had a fundamental contribution to weaken Japan, and that allowed for Japan to be defeated in the end of Second World War. So the Chinese contribution is a contribution that was extremely important for the victory of the Allies, that include China. And as I said, one needs to look at the Second World War in its entirety, and effectively it started not very far from here. It started not very far from here. It ended also in the Pacific. I think, and this is true in many other aspects, we need to read history in a truly universal perspective, and not only in the perspective of the geographic area in which an historian belongs.
Thank you so much, Secretary General, for this acknowledgement and for the sacrifice happening in China
simply the truth.
And elsewhere.
It's simply the truth.
It means a lot to the Chinese people.
But it's the truth. I mean, I'm not inventing anything or saying something to please anybody. This is the truth, the historical truth.